Hey guys, it's me, John. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about medical research today. I'm just getting started on this channel, and it's going to be all about medical research and trying to raise awareness for and care about advances in the industry and also in government research and just across the biomedical sector. Just trying to encourage people to care so we can increase momentum and get things going faster. The one thing that I really think is an issue, a bottleneck to getting a lot of things out of the pipeline sooner, is actually public engagement and the fact that most people don't seem to know how much of a benefit this is going to be for them. The one thing in particular that people could really be more informed about is the All of Us campaign, and that is basically a rollout of the Precision Medicine Initiative. Now, the goal of the All of Us campaign is to sequence 1 million Americans by 2020. And they'll be trying to get about 250,000 done throughout the U.S. each year for 4 years. Now, the goal of this is the ultimate goal is to build a database, a national database of genetic variants, so that these variants can be classified. And then in the future, if anyone has any one of these variants that end up causing disease, they can be diagnosed. And then, the thing is that the more people are diagnosed, the more people will go into the database. And then what'll happen is pharmaceutical industries will see the number of people in the database for this particular gene or whatever. And then there will be action, at least for a number of rare diseases. And another thing I'd like to point out is that you can't do anything about a disease until you understand the basis of that disease itself. I mean, sometimes you can get lucky, you can strike pay dirt, you can find something and you don't know why it helps, but it does. But in most cases, in actually designing therapies, you have to understand what's going on. And so the way that works is cross-referencing, comparing things. And so it's like, when you look at someone's genome, you're always like, oh, is that the gene that's going to cause it, or that the gene, or that the gene, or that the gene? And so, when you have like 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people who have that disease as well, and most of them have this one gene or that one gene, then you're able to say, okay, well, your symptoms are most likely caused by this. And then there's also metabolomics, and metabolomics will help with things too. Metabolomics will allow us to cross-reference a lot of genomic data with it, and that'll allow us to say, hey, they have these metabolites. And by the way, metabolomics is like a screenshot of all your metabolites at any one given moment in time. It's like, oh, hey, this is the ratios of all metabolites, small molecule metabolites. And so you cross-reference that with the genomic data, and you're like, you can say for sure, oh, this is most likely the gene that's causing it, because this gene affects these metabolites, So if the public were able to get better engaged, they'd be able to help build with the infrastructure, there are aspects of this medical research agenda that absolutely involve the public, and privacy is one of those things. We need to talk about it. We need to have a big, long talk about it so that data can be used, because without that data being able to be used by researchers, we're not going to get anywhere. And without the public being involved, demanding for increased funding and infrastructure for medical research so that we can do this cross-referencing, so that we can get them into the clinic as soon as possible to fix our broken healthcare system, then there won't be much progress. So we have to get people to care about this. And so that is what the takeaway should be from this, is we need to get people to care about medical research infrastructure. So I think, just on a closing note, that the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, is the best way to get these advances in this infrastructure in place. So we should demand for increases at the NIH, and we should demand for increased funding across the board in a variety of focuses in medical research, and that includes things like aging, rare diseases, regenerative medicine, blah blah blah. But anyway, the topic of this talk was mostly precision medicine and genetics. Thanks a lot for listening. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to do so. And if you have any comments you'd like to leave, feel free to do so. And thank you very much for your time. Wishing you all the best. Have a great day. Bye-bye.